everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. I am your host, Rob Ashby. Welcome into the show. If you'd like to follow the show, we'd love for you to do that. Please follow us. Please send us emails, text us, whatever you got to do to get a hold of the show. You can get us on Twitter and Instagram at Talkin Ball WBR, or you can shoot us an email at talkinballwbr@gmail.com. Week 10 is in the book. This is episode 7. Can't believe the high school football season over. Week 10's in the book where the brackets are out. The playoffs are starting on Friday. We got a great show for you for today. We're gonna preview Week 10 and what happened on Friday night, and we'll look ahead at some of the playoff matchups. We also will wrap up the season. You know, go through the leagues and see who made the playoffs in the areas in the leagues that we cover. On the show today, we're going to have, I look back at the season and all the good stories that are around that we had during this season of 2022. And what comes to mind first is a first-year head coach out at Chaminade, rolling through his schedule, going 8-0, and then hitting a few bumps here at the end of the season, and they lose the Mission League. He will be on the show, Coach David Machuga. Another great story, a first-year coach out in Newberry Park, head coach Joe Smigel, took a team that was 3-6 last year. They finished up 8-2, and they had finished third in the Canyon League this year. Also, I'm going to have a great story out of West Ranch. Coach Varner, he's been at West Ranch for 7 years now, and he won his first league title of the Foothill League. They went 10-0 for the first time in school history, so it's a great story there. We're going to have Chris Varner on, and we're also going to have his quarterback Ryan Staub on. And next, we're going to have a great story out of Monrovia. Head coach Chris Williams, he's been there now for, I think, 5 years now, and he's won the league there every year since he's been there. They won again this year, so they are dominating the Rio Hondo League. So I'm looking forward to see how he feels about how he ended his season, and looking forward what they got in the playoffs. Also on the show today, we are going to have Coach Joe Shermer. He's the O-line coach from Charter Oak. We'll talk about Charter Oak and the great season that the Chargers are having out there. We're also going to have their quarterback, Richie Munoz, on. And lastly, we're going to have Coach Richard Broussard from Village Christian come on. We're going to talk about Village and how they ended their season and what they look like in their playoffs. And also, I didn't mention, we're going to have Brady Smigel on again. And we're going to talk about how they finished their season and what he thinks about what his playoff chances are of, taking Newberry Park to a CIF title. So that's the show for today. We'll be right back with the Week 10 wrap-up right after these messages from Western Tire. Western Tire, where your customer service and satisfaction are our main goal. From alignments and flat tire repairs to custom wheels and brakes, we'll get you in, we'll get you out, and rolling at your best.
This is Ryan Staub, quarterback of West Ranch High School, and you're listening to Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Cats.
Okay, guys, we're back. Let's get to the Week 10 wrap-up. Let's start in the Pacific League. Start with the turkey tussle in the Rose Bowl. Pasadena handled business, 47 mere nothing. Pasadena's pretty much dominated the league. Indiana YJ had 13. He was 13 for 23 for 293 yards and 5 touchdowns and 1 interception. So he had his way against Mir. His main target was Balin Brooks. He had 5 receptions for 118 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Enrique Carmichael had 3 receptions for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. Like I said, Mir has dominated the league. They've scored 248 points to 28. So that's 49.6 points a game, and they've given up on defense 5.6 points per game. That's just in league in the Pacific League. So Pasadena has won 9 straight games since losing week 1 to Lucerna. So their defense is pretty stout. They've given up 95 points on the year, so that's 9.5 points a game. And offensively, they're putting up numbers. They're putting up 34.8 yards points a game. So look for Pasadena to make some noise in the playoffs. So in other action in the Pacific League, the big game, the 74th meeting, the one that I was involved in, Burbank pulled the upset over John Burroughs, 30-27. Dylan Robinson, 5 of 8, 74 yards passing, and he also had 18 carries for 73 yards and 4 touchdowns. Those 4 touchdowns, all of them, were 1-yard plunges. The other guy that put the load on his shoulder was Zach Estrada. He had 15 carries for 143 yards. He also had 3 receptions for 39 yards. The Bulldogs never trailed in the game. Burroughs made it interesting at the end, cutting it to 30-27, but Burbank was able to run the clock out and get away with the big game victory in the 74th meeting. The other action was Crescenta Valley 21, Arcadia 20. So the standings in the Pacific League, as I said, Pasadena 9-1, 5-0 in the league. They made the playoff. Obviously, they are in the Division 3. They will be playing El Modena, a home game for Pasadena. Actually, it's El Modena is the home team, so Pasadena has to go on the road. Number 2 was Burroughs. They ended up the season 7-3, and 3-2 in the league. They were put in Division 9. They have to go to Taquitsi, which is way out. High school they play, which is way out in Hemet. So they have quite a drive to get to their game. And lastly, Mir went 4-6, 3-2 in the league. They were the 3rd spot in the division or in the league to make the playoffs. They were put in Division 10, and Mir will get a home game versus Tustin. Burbank finishes up 4-6, 2-3 in the league. Crescenta Valley 2-8, 1-4 in the league, and Arcadia 2-8, 1-4 in the league. All 3 of their seasons have ended. Now we're on to the Foothill League. This past weekend, Saugus 31, Golden Valley 13. Saugus has won 4 straight after their loss to West Ranch. Hart 42, Castaic 17. Hart finished the season on a 3-game winning streak. Valencia 40, Canyon 14, and West Ranch, they had their bye week. They are the league champions for the first time in their school history. That brings me to their standings. West Ranch 10-0, 6-0 in league play. Saugus finished up 8-2, 5-1 in the league. Valencia 5-5, 3-3 in the league. Hart 4-6, 3-3 in the league. In Golden Valley 6-4, 3-3 in the league. Canyon finished 3-7, 1-5 in the league. And Castaic was 2-8, and they were 0-6 in the league. And that brings me to bringing in our first guest on the Western Tire Hotline, quarterback from West Ranch, Colorado commit, Mr. Ryan Staub. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Coach?
Good to hear you. Thanks for joining us on the show today. Congratulations on the league championship.
Yep, thank you. That was fun.
I know you guys been on a bye week this week, so you guys getting all rested?
Yep, absolutely. I healed up some injuries and getting ready for first round of playoffs and trying to make a run at this.
Did you guys get healthy? You getting anybody back that was not playing?
A couple guys that had a couple week-long injuries, and I think now we're all rested and we're ready for round 1 of the playoffs.
I talked to Coach Varner. I know he didn't want that, but you guys having a bye week, your last week of the season, week 10, I think it's kind of a good thing for you guys. Even though you get healthy, you get rested, you get ready for that first week. But sometimes some teams like to just keep going and playing. Was the bye week okay for you, or did you want to keep playing?
Definitely. I mean, we played 10 straight games, and that's a long season for a lot of the players. And I think having that rest week before the playoffs is definitely big. Only downside is that we didn't get a week of preparation because we didn't know who we were going to play just yet.
Yeah.
But that week of rest is definitely helpful after playing 10 straight games.
Congratulations on an outstanding season. I got you for 158 completions for 254 attempts, 2,406 yards, 32 TDs, and 3 interceptions. That's a 62% completion rate. That's an outstanding season, Ryan. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And you're back to 0, 0, and 0. You played 10. It doesn't mean anything now. We got a new season now.
Mm-hmm.
So the brackets are out today. I'm sure you've seen who you're going to play. You guys were good enough. They put you in the Division 3, matched up against St. Pius X St. Mathis. Have you seen or heard anything about St. Pius?
Yeah, when we were scouting for St. Paul in week 4 of the season, they actually played St. Pius the week before, so we were able to get a little bit of a look, not too much, and I think definitely hitting the film room this week is going to be huge for us for preparation.
Yeah, they played some good teams, but they've rolled right through their schedule. I don't know if you were able to look at their schedule. Man, they beat Mir, they beat St. Paul, which you guys beat St. Paul pretty good. I mean, they beat St. Francis, they beat LaSalle, they beat Lincoln, but their one loss was against Bishop Diego, a team up in Santa Barbara. They put up a lot of points on this season. It's going to be an interesting matchup with your defense and their offense putting up points, because I know how good your defense is.
Definitely.
How's it as a quarterback? Is it a little better to have a defense you can count on?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our offense had a pretty good year ourselves too.
Yep.
But knowing that our defense isn't going to let up much more than probably 20 points, I think that gives us a good chance to win every single week, because we know our offense is probably going to put up about 28, 35 minimum.
Yep.
So
yeah, you guys have
sure.
you and Chaz Hiltz have had what a great connection you guys have. Did he end up with? I think he ended up with 12 touchdown passes from you.
Yeah, he had 12, and I think Maverick Diaz had 11.
Yeah, so you're spreading it around quite well. You got a good running game. You got a good offensive line for you. You guys are a senior-laden team, and I look forward to seeing what you guys can do. It's 4-0 for you guys, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you guys. I mean, you guys had you guys had a good schedule. Look, you guys got five teams in your standings in your league has made the playoffs. So you guys are in Division 3. You got Saugus in Division 4. Valencia in Division 4, Hart made it. Their Division 7, and Golden Valley's Division 7. The last time I talked to you, Saugus was the game, and boy, you guys put it on Saugus.
Yep, we did. That was definitely a good revenge game for us.
Yeah, and congratulations on that. I know how good that feels to make it over the hump on a team that's you guys have been back and forth, and then you guys beat Valencia, and then you guys probably saw the end of the light. All right, this is our league to take, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just wanted you to come on and touch base, and I wish you good luck this Friday night. Again, you guys got a home game against St. Pius X. I wish you all the best. Go Wildcats.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, no, thanks for coming on the show. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye,
all right,
Coach.
Thanks. Bye. We will be right back. Western Tire, where your customer service and satisfaction are our main goal. From alignments and flat tire repairs to custom wheels and brakes, we'll get you in, we'll get you out, and rolling at your best.
Hey, this is head coach Chris Williams from Monrovia High School, and you're listening to Talking Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Cats!
Okay, guys, we're back. Let's get back to the Week 10 wrap-up. Let's head to the Rio Hondo League. This weekend, Monrovia beat Temple City 56-6. Monrovia has won 5 straight after losing 2 games to Ayala and San Dimas. San Marino 23, South Pasadena 21, and La Cañada 27, Polytechnic 6. For La Cañada, Corey Chung, 21 carries, 285 yards, and 3 touchdowns. On the season for him, he has 203 carries for 1,674 yards and 22 touchdowns. Heck of a season, Corey. Keep running. Let's head to the standings. Monrovia, 8-2, 5-0. They win their fourth straight league title under head coach Chris Williams. La Cañada, 6-4, 3-2 in the league. South Pasadena, 8-2, 3-2 in the league. San Marino, 5-5, 3-2 in the league. Polytechnic, 1-8, 1-4 in the league. And Temple City, 2-8, 0-5 in the league. Like I said, Monrovia won their fourth straight league title. And that brings me to my next guest on the Western Tire Hotline, head coach Chris Williams. How you doing, Coach?
Oh man, I'm good. How you guys doing right now?
I'm good, man. Thank you for coming back on the show. Congratulations on finishing strong. You guys had a couple bumps in the road there we talked about that early in the season with your injuries and stuff. But it looked like you guys got back on track.
Yeah, we early in the season ran into a tough Ayala team and had a couple of injuries to some key guys. But like I said, man, our kids kind of stuck with it. We regrouped, got healthy throughout league. Had a couple tough games. La Cañada in league really stepped up, gave us a close game.
Yes, they did.
But that was good for us. We needed to get tested in league this year a little bit. And I like the way we're heading right now, heading into the playoffs. We're healthy, which is a good thing, and we're starting to get a little bit of our rhythm on defense and offense back.
Yeah, I wanted to bring out. I did some research on Monrovia and their dominance of the Rio Hondo League, and I know since you've been there, you're 17-1 right now in league play. You've won 4 straight titles. That's pretty good. Congratulations, Coach. That's a great.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. I mean, but I even went further back, and the since 2010 to now, Monrovia is 38-1 from 2010 to the time that you came in, and then you're 17-1. So that's a combined 55-2 since 2010 over the Rio Hondo League. So I know we talked earlier in the year, and I know why none of them wanted to play you during the COVID year.
Yeah.
But I have to bring it. You're 35-13 at Monrovia. You're 17-1 in league. So you're 1-3 in the playoffs. What do you have to do to get over that hump? You guys, they put you in Division 8. Is that what you expected to be?
Yeah, coming into the season, we said we want to be in the right division. I think last year we were a little too high in Division 6 for just the level of school where we're at with numbers and things of that nature. But being in Division 8, I feel that's about where we belong. We have some talent. We have some size. We can go play with these teams in Division 8. Now, we got matched up with another 9-1 team first round. That's also a first place team from their league. And, second year in a row, we got to play another, first place team with a good record. And, I guess, in CIF's mind, we want competitive games, but, our job this year is to make no excuses and go into this game and find a way to get a win. We've the 2 games that we've lost in the playoffs since I've been here, the last couple of years, I feel like we really let those games get away from us in the end. So this year it's all about finishing those games and getting the wins.
Let's remind everybody, who did you guys lose to last year in the playoffs?
Last year we lost to Northern Vista. They were 9-0, coming in from a tough league up in Riverside area. And yeah, we had a chance to finish that game and let it go in the end. So, all this week, we're going to be preaching about finishing.
So now you got a home game, and Monrovia's got a home game against a team called Northwood.
Northwood from Irvine, yeah.
And they're 9-1. You said.
Yeah.
How's the health of your team? Now you guys going strong going into the playoffs?
Yeah, thankfully, we do have a couple. We lost a D lineman a couple weeks back that hurt us a little bit, but for the most part, we got everybody healthy the last few weeks through league. I feel good going into this Friday night with the boys. Everybody seems to be fairly healthy. We just got to do a good job of being able to practice with a good intensity and tempo, and also keeping our kids safe in practice so there's no injuries as well.
Well, Coach, I wish you luck on Friday night. It is a tall task. You guys got a 9-1 Northwood team, and if you guys go do your thing, I'm sure you guys will be all right. Have a good week of practice. I wish you
Appreciate
luck.
it.
Say, hey, it's that season's over now. You're not 8-2 anymore. You're 0-0.
0-0, yeah.
First 1 to 4 wins, right?
That's the goal. That's
First
the goal.
1 to 4
I
wins.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
good.
we appreciate it, and thanks for having us on, and hopefully we talk back next weekend maybe when we get another one in.
Absolutely. So good luck to the Monrovia Wildcats, and that's Coach Chris Williams from Monrovia. Thank you very much, Coach, for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, good luck. Bye.
We'll be right back after these messages from Western Tire. Hey guys, this is Buckeye Rob for Western Tire of Burbank. Start the season off right with a new set of tires. Visit us this fall for all your tire needs.
Hey, this is Richard Broussard, the head football coach of the Village Christian Crusaders. You're listening to Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Crusaders!
All right, there goes Chris Williams. Thanks, Chris Williams from Monrovia, for joining us. Let's get to the playoffs for Rio Hondo League. Their first round games, like I said, Monrovia is at home. They play Northwood. La Cañada is playing Campbell Hall. And South Pasadena is going against Yucca Valley, and San Marino versus Arroyo. So that's the Rio Hondo League. Good luck to everybody in the Rio Hondo League in the playoffs this week. Now on to the Ironwood League. This past weekend, Aquinas 54, Big Bear 6, Ontario Christian 40, Heritage Christian 7, Village Christian 23, Valley Christian 0. To the standings of the Ironwood League, Aquinas, they win the league 8-2, 5-0. They were put in Division 5. Village Christian, they were 8-2, 4-1. They were put in Division 8. Ontario Christian, 8-2, 3-2. They were put in Division 7. And Heritage Christian, 6-4, 2-3 in the league. They were put in Division 11. Valley Christian ends their season at the 3-7 mark, 1-4 in league, and as well Big Bear, 4-6, 0-5 in the league. Joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline is the head coach for Village Christian, Mr. Richard Broussard. Brew, welcome to the show.
Hey, Buckeye Rob.
How you doing today?
I'm all right, man. Just working.
Just working. You breaking down film already?
Yes, sir.
How you got another shutout this past weekend? How was the game this weekend?
I was not happy with our offensive performance, but our defense continues to do what it does. You know, they put people in bad spots. They run around and make plays. So you know, we're blessed to have a great defense. Definitely.
It looks like you guys finished strong after you guys dropped one to Aquinas.
Yeah, Aquinas, I mean, I think it helped us kind of see that we could play with just about anyone. They're a stout, well-coached, championship caliber team, and we went toe-to-toe with those guys. So it definitely helped validate a lot of our kids and help validate kind of what we do as a system. So
I see you guys won the Bible Bowl this year.
Got the Bible Bowl trophy, stayed home. It's two years in a row, so it was definitely a good win for the school.
So you guys finish off the regular season winning 4 straight.
Yep.
Today the brackets are out. You guys are put in
Yes.
Division 8. Was that where you expected to be?
I mean, I didn't expect to. I don't know. You can't really. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
The computer tells me where I play. So, but based on the projections that everyone was coming out with, Yeah, I figured middle of the road in 8, and that's
This
where we're at.
second year taking Village Christian to the playoffs.
Yep.
Um, this year you guys get matched up with Redondo.
Yep.
Get a home game versus Redondo.
Awesome.
Yeah, have you been breaking down Redondo today?
Yeah, we're doing it now. So yeah, it's what we've been spending our afternoon doing so far. We're getting into the meat of what they do. They got a good team. They're 7-3 for a reason. They play some exotic defensive looks, so a lot of speed.
Do you like the draw? Your bracket?
Yeah, I like any
You
draw.
feel good about it?
I feel good about being in the playoffs. You know, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I do like the draw. I like where they placed us in the bracket. I think that we got there's no slaps in the playoffs, but I think that these games can all be winnable if we do what we do.
Injury report? You guys strong going into the playoffs?
Well, relatively, our middle linebacker had surgery in his wrist. I think this will be his third week out. He goes for a checkup on Monday. He's probably down for another 2 weeks. So to get him back, we need to make a run. But other than that, we're healthy.
Good. Because that's I think that's vital important going into the playoffs. You expect a certain play from your team, and you don't got everybody there. It's going to be a lackluster playoff for you guys. Let's look at the first round games for the teams in your league. I mean, you guys got 4 teams in. Aquinas is going against Europa Hills. That's Europa Hills is that a good matchup with Aquinas?
I mean, I think Europa Hills has that this crazy freshman D lineman who's like unreal.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about them, but Aquinas they've gotten
team.
better every week. Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, like I said, you guys got a home game against Redondo. Ontario Christian's got a home game against Sultana.
Sultana?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. They got some young studs. We played against them in 7-on-7.
Okay. And
they're good.
The last team that made it in the playoffs for your league is Heritage Christian. They get a home game against Walnut.
They should win. Well, Valley Christian got in too.
Did they get in too?
They got in Division 11. They got a home game too.
Wow.
At 3-7, yeah. So they got in. They're playing a 9-1 team, but they got the home game. It's a winnable game for them as well. So.
Okay. Well, I thank you for calling in and coming on the show. I wish you all the luck at Village Christian, and like I said to some of the coaches that called in, you're no longer 8-2. You're 0-0. First 1 to 4 wins, right?
Correct.
First 1 to 4 wins. So good luck to you and all the Crusaders at Village Christian. We'll be talking down the road. Thanks, Brew.
Thanks, Buck.
We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
There goes Coach Broussard. We'll be right back after this with a message from Western Tire. Hit the road this fall with a new set of Bridgestone tires. You can get $90 back by mail on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of 4 eligible Alonza, Drive Guard, and Weather Peak tires at Western Tire, right in the heart of Burbank.
Hey, this is Richie Munoz, QB from Charter Oak. You're listening to Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Chargers.
Okay, guys, we're back. Let's continue with the Week 10 wrap-up. We're going to go head out to the Mountain West League. This weekend, Ayala 42, Bonita 20. Quarterback Brian Wilson, he was 12 of 18 for 256 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dominic Holloway, he had 7 receptions for 122 yards and 1 TD. Enrique Yabanez, 3 TDs. He had 2 1-yard rushing touchdowns. and an 81-yard receiving touchdown. Ayala rolls over Bonita 42-20. Their defense had 4 picks. Northview 34, San Dimas 6. Charter Oak 42, Alta Loma 10. Quarterback Richie Munoz 15 of 20 for 240 yards and 5 touchdowns. Joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline is the quarterback for Charter Oak, Mr. Richie Munoz. Richie, thanks for joining the program.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for joining us. How you doing today, man? You excited about the playoffs?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to go out there.
I mean, you guys had a outstanding season. You guys ending 10-0. Is that the first time in school history you guys Charter Oak has gone 10-0? Do you know that?
The last time was 2017.
2017. Okay, yeah, because I know you're a transfer from LaSalle, and I'm sure you're pretty happy with that you did that move.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Yeah.
It's like to leave LaSalle because I had to leave because I moved to Fontana. It was going to be too far of a drive.
Okay. Yeah, that would be, yeah. But Friday night's game. Great game. 5 TDs, 240 yards. I got you at 152 completions at 229 attempts for 2,739 yards, 37 TDs, and 2 interceptions at a 66% completion rate. That's an outstanding year, Richie Munoz. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I know you have a lot of weapons out there that you throw to. I've seen some. I haven't seen a game of yours, but I certainly have seen some film of yours, and I'm really impressed at how you make things happen. Have you always been like that when you played quarterback?
Yes.
I mean, I see plays where you drop back, you run left, you run right, and you just find someone in the back of the end zone.
Yeah. It was just a gift God gave me.
Yes, it is. So you guys finish up 10-0 and 3-0 in league. They put you in Division 3. You guys match up against Yorba Linda. You know anything about Yorba Linda?
Yeah, as soon as we saw we got Yorba Linda, our coaches already sent out the film, which shows how on top of things our coaching staff is. So I was so day I've been watching the film on them there.
Yeah. So what do you see out of Yorba Linda, their defense? Do you like this? What kind of coverages do they run? Do they run a 2 high? Do they run a single high? Do they run man? What do they do?
I was looking at the Damien game. It seemed like they would run almost like a cover 5, like cover 2 on one side, cover 3 on the other. Would it seem for me because they would have their corner on the left side spot with the safety play over, and then have the safety move over the middle.
Okay.
So it's what I see there.
What do you see out of their linebackers?
The linebackers, they're big and aggressive.
Do they blitz a lot? Do you know out of the film that you've seen?
From the Damien game, I would see them draw back into coverage and look for incoming receivers.
Mm-hmm. I hear you are committed to Weber State.
Yes, sir.
Why? What was it about that school that said, you know what, I want to go and play football for them?
So when I came to Charter Oak, one thing I loved about Charter Oak was the family tradition, and that's what I always look for to play. And I really saw that family tradition carried on into Weber State. So as soon as
well, that's good. You found a home. That's
yeah.
So I'm sure you're looking forward to that. But you're 0-0 now. You got 4 more to go here at Charter Oak, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 4 more to go. So I appreciate you taking the time and sitting with us and talking to us a little bit and letting us know about who Richie Munoz is. I'm really impressed with what I've seen on film. I wish good luck to you for Charter Oak against Yorba Linda. And I know Yorba Linda is a great program. You guys are going to have to do and have your play your A game.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I appreciate you joining us. We'll be right back with his O-line coach, Mr. Joseph Shermer. Thanks a lot, Richie, for joining us.
Thank you again for having me.
Western Tire, where your customer service and satisfaction are our main goal. From alignments and flat tire repairs to custom wheels and brakes, we'll get you in, we'll get you out, and rolling at your best.
Hey, this is Coach Shermer from Charter Oak High School. You're listening to Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Chargers!
Okay, guys, we're back. Thanks to Richie Munoz for coming on. Let's continue with the Mountain West standings. Charter Oak, as I said, finished 10-0. They were 3-0 in the league. They were put in Division III. Ayala finished up 8-2. They were 2-1 in the league. They were also put in Division III. Bonita 6-4, 1-2 in the league, and Altaloma 4-6, 0-3 in the league. First round games for Charter Oak is Yorba Linda, as we spoke with Richie. They got to travel to Yorba Linda. I'm very surprised the 10-0 team has to travel to their first round playoff game. Ayala is going against Corona Del Mar, and they also have to travel to Corona Del Mar. Now joining us on the Western Tire Hotline, O-line coach from Charter Oak, Coach Joseph Shermer. Thank you for joining us. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing great, Rob. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
Great
good.
to be with you guys.
I'm glad you were able to come on. Let's talk a little Charter Oak. 30-0. 30-0 is a program. 30-0 is a program. Has that ever been done?
No, you know what? That is the first time in school history. You know, Charter Oak, a school that's deep in history, but this is the first time that all three levels we've been undefeated in the regular season. It's fantastic for the community.
That is an outstanding. I mean, the JV go 10-0, the freshmen go 10-0, the varsity go 10-0. You guys, that is awesome. Hopefully that bodes well for the future of Charter Oak for the next couple of years, I would think.
Yeah, the future is very bright for Charter Oak. You know, we got some kids that are working very hard on the lower levels, trying to learn, immerse themselves in the culture that is Charter Oak. Learn from what we're doing on the varsity level, and hopefully we continue to get the snowball rolling, and going forward can put some good seasons together.
Yeah. You guys have been doing it all year, Coach. I mean, I got you on offense. You guys have scored 390 points. That's 39 points per game. Defensively, 172 points. That's 17.2 per game. That's playing ball, Coach. You guys are taking care of the ball on offense and making stops on defense. I mean, it's an outstanding job by you guys.
Yeah, offensively, we've done a good job, led by a great group of seniors on both sides of the ball. Obviously, we have guys like Richie Munoz and Solomon Davis and Sakari Black and a host of others that have just are so explosive at any time on the field. On the defensive side, we have some of those same players, plus our D-line, Rack, and a couple of those other guys that have they're just dogs. They get after it. I mean, we go to battle every Friday night. We go to, we're preparing very hard. I'm very proud, as we all are, as the community and the school is very proud of these young men as we prepare each and every week.
Yeah, I looked at your schedule here. You guys beat some teams. You beat Northview. You beat Chino Hills. You guys beat Ayala, obviously. You beat Bonita. And then, you guys got some team. But, Yorba Linda, you guys get matched up with Yorba Linda in the first round. I know about Yorba Linda. We lost to Yorba Linda in the CIF title game in 2016. You're playing one heck of a program, that is for sure.
The interesting thing is the head coach at Yorba Linda, he used to be at El Dorado, I believe.
Okay.
So there's some history between CO and the head coach from Yorba Linda. They played in the SCAB finals, I believe, in 2007. So, know each other pretty well. Coach Dom, Coach Farrar, and him are pretty good friends. So, there's some history, and hey, they have a great program.
Yes,
I think their current seniors right now have only lost one game in 4 years, and that was last year to Bishop Ahmad. So, they're a great program, and I remember when you guys played them at Burbank in the finals. They were a good team.
They were a very good team. They could run the ball, but we played in the weather. It was so windy. I mean, it was a nonstop 50-mile-an-hour wind the whole game. and it was fun to play in. But it might have been a different story if it was a sunny day or a nice Friday night. But they are a great program. I'm pretty sure if they can find a place to run the ball, they will run it down your throat. So your defensive line and your linebackers are going to have to fill.
Yeah, I mean, we have our work cut out for us. I mean, it's a very, very tough game. Obviously, there's a reason why they're the number 4 seed in Division III.
Yep.
So all credit to what they do. They got some really some studs. I mean, I'm watching the defensive side of the ball for them, and they got some dudes that play downhill, and they see a down block by a guard, and they're filling a hole. So we're gonna have to. We're going to play very well. But you know what? They're very good, and you know what? So are we. So
are you. That's right. You're not 30-0 as a program, and that'd be good. So,
right.
Before we get into the bracket or
sure.
Name further, you're the O-line coach. I want the O-line guys to get. They never get loved. Give me some names of your O-line guys. Give me your center name. Give me those guys.
Yeah. So we got our center is a senior, Evan Walls. He's a 2-year starter. Does a great job for us. Makes all our calls. Great student of the game. Really, really understands defense. Does a fantastic job for us. At guards, we have Hector Jimenez at the left guard, and we have Nathan Ledesma. They're 2 physical young men. They love to get at it. Hector Jimenez is he's about as physical as a guard as I've ever seen. He loves the contact. And then at tackles, we have Alec Gavigan and we have and Andrew Avila. And both of them just continue to work hard, get better every week, continue to want to learn more. And so we're very proud of them. They've really helped us grow, and as they've grown, we've gotten better offensively and been able to expand it. So they understand that this week we have another tough task ahead of us, but you know what? We're gonna go to work. We're gonna pound the rock, and we're gonna get ready to go to battle on Friday.
Do you guys do a lot of pulling with the guards and the tackles, or do you guys do a lot of zone? What do you guys do?
So we're without getting too. I mean, they're gonna watch the film anyways, but without getting too much schematically, we run G schemes and some zone schemes. I'm an old wing T guy. I played wing T in high school, so I really love G schemes. I love down blocking and getting double teams at the point of attack, and let's get guys pulling. So, they do a good job learning both schemes, and and then we take it week by week to see what the defense does and see what scheme would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into how's the injury report? You guys strong going into the playoffs?
You know what? I would pretty much say, as far as the injury report, we're pretty healthy. We're as healthy as you can be. I mean, it's a 10-game season. You're always going to have bumps and bruises, but nothing glaring. And, thankfully, our athletic trainer, Matt Simok, and his team does a fantastic job. He's one of the best in the business. Does a great job in terms of making sure our kids are ready to go and getting them treatment and all that. So, we're feeling pretty good in that department.
The last thing I want to ask you is, do you, other than your Belinda, do you like the draw? Do you like your bracket? I mean,
you know what, Coach? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Okay. We are focused on Yorba Linda this week.
There you go.
We will let the next week take care of the next week. Obviously, we're human. We've looked at the brackets, but we are completely focused on Yorba Linda, and it would be a discredit to Yorba Linda if we looked any further than next Friday, November 4th, and traveling down to Yorba Linda to play them.
I agree with you, but the reason I ask you that is, Division III might be one of the toughest divisions, I think.
Sure.
Matched up with Division II with all those Mission League teams, but you guys got thrown in a division that's going to be quite tough. Any one of these teams can come out, 4-0. So.
Yeah, I think obviously there's top 4 seeds and stuff like that, but I mean. There's good teams all over the division. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some top seeds knocked off early, or if it's a lower seed that wins the whole thing. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it is a great division to be in, and it's exciting to be in it. And we're going to go to work, and no one's feeling sorry for us, and we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves, and we're going to go to work.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how all these games play out. So I just wanted to thank you for joining us. I wish you guys in Charter Oak all the best. Good luck on Friday night against Yorba Linda. I know that drive to Yorba Linda is going to be a tough one, but let's hope you have a good drive back after what you guys do on the football field. So good luck on Friday night against Yorba Linda, and I appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely, Coach. Hey, Coach, when I'm sure Coach Bacon's coming on if he hasn't already, I wish him good luck this week, too. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, Coach Bacon's a good guy. We'll talk to him, too. So thanks, Coach. I appreciate you coming on. We'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, Coach. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, guys. Buckeye Rob here for Western Tire Burbank. Get up to $100 back when you purchase a set of 4 select hand-cooked tires. Offer valid through November 6th of 2022. Okay, so we're back. Let's continue with the Week 10 wrap-up. The Canyon League. Let's start with Thousand Oaks 55, Del Norte 26, Travis Endicott 17 of 31 for 348 yards and 3 TDs. Chase Martin 14 carries for 153 yards and 3 TDs. He also had 10 tackles on defense. And Johnny Arbazara, I hope I'm not butchering his name, but I probably did. 4 receptions for 149 yards and 2 TDs. Thousand Oaks pulls the victory 55-26. They win the Canyon League. They did that last week. Moore Park 42, Agora 13, Oak Park 24, Royal 0, Rowan Height 14 carries, 170 yards, and a TD. And lastly, in the Canyon League, Camarillo pulls the victory over New Park 26-14. In the loss, Brady Smigel 26 for 42, 302 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions. Shane Rosenthal 13 receptions for 108 yards, and Casey Canerium 7 receptions for 128 yards. And on Camarillo's side, Nathaniel Madrigal, I hope I didn't butcher his name as well. He had 25 carries for 225 yards and 3 TDs to pull the victory for Camarillo. Joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline, quarterback for Newberry Park, Mr. Brady Smigel. Brady, welcome to the show again. How you doing today? Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Brady, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on again. And I wanted to get in contact with you and see if you can come on the show and talk about how we finished. Last time I talked, you guys were on a bye week. You had Oak Park to play, and you had Camarillo, and obviously we know you guys rolled over Oak Park. But you guys took a downer against Camarillo on Friday night.
Yeah. We came together. It was a big bye. We definitely needed the bye. We came together on offense, and we played really well. Got stopped, I think, twice in the whole game. Passing was well. We ran the ball well. It was just really good on the offensive side. Camarillo, we struggled. Their running the ball kind of took me out of rhythm. Blitzing a lot. Our line was struggling a little bit with communicating, and I wasn't making the best decisions.
Yeah, that running game of theirs probably put a little chink in your guys' game plan.
Yeah, got me out of my rhythm. They were holding on to the ball for a while.
I just wanted to congratulate you on such a great season through 10 games here. I got you at 196 completions, 298 attempts, 2,829 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. And you have had a 66% completion rate. Congratulations on a great season thus far.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm sure you got the brackets are out today. What did you think you guys of the draw of who you guys got to play?
Yeah, I'm excited that we got a home game. Losing that Camarillo game, we weren't expecting a home game, but finding out we would have been in Division III, probably the last seed going away somewhere far. So I'm glad that we got a home game. It worked out well. I think we're going to fill up the place. Almost every single team in our league just got a home game, which is pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Except for Thousand Oaks, but I'm excited. I was not expecting a home game. I don't think any of us were. And just looking forward to Friday.
Yeah, which is crazy. You would think Thousand Oaks would be the team to get the home game.
Yeah,
So,
just really unfortunate for them.
So you guys get matched up with Miracosta. You know anything about Miracosta? I'm sure you've been watching film today.
Yeah, I've been watching film pretty much all day. They're 8-2. They're a good team. In my opinion, they're a beatable team. From talking to the coaches, we think they're a beatable team, but they're definitely a good team. Going to be a good game.
Yeah. How's the health of you going into the playoffs? You banged up at all, or?
Not bad. I tweaked my MCL last game after the play. Cam Rio player tried to twist my knee.
Oh, that's
completely dirty play after the play under the pile, but it is what it is. I'm good. Just took the weekend off, but I should be healthy starting tomorrow.
Good. So have you looked at the bracket? Are you excited for the playoffs? This is your first time around as a freshman?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm excited. Really excited. None of these guys have been to the playoffs. Any of my teammates in the last year, so it's really cool that we all get to experience together.
That's right. You guys, Newberry Park hasn't been to the playoffs since like 2015, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool we could all do it together. I know a couple of quarterbacks in our bracket, which is really cool. I hope to see them at some point, but I think we could definitely make a run in this bracket.
Yeah, I seen Thousand Oaks was put in Division 3, but Camarillo's in your division. You guys could have a chance you could see them down the road.
Yeah, I'd love to see them again.
I don't remember. I didn't see what Moore Park and Oak Park, what division they were put in, but I would imagine that's probably 4 or 5, correct?
I don't think Moore Park made it.
They didn't make it in?
Like 7 or 6.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can see Camarillo down the road. But yeah, you guys got a tough bracket.
For sure.
A lot of good teams in Division 2, Division 3, and Division 4. So any of those teams in there could win that 4-0. So like I've been telling some coaches that come in here and the quarterbacks that have been on the show, forget about the regular season now. You're 0-0. First one to 4 wins.
For sure.
I just had Richie Munoz on, and he said that. And I had Ryan Stibe on earlier in the show, and I hear you guys train together a little bit with Danny Hernandez.
Yeah, I know both those guys. Yeah, I throw both of them.
Yeah, they're
both really good.
Yeah, he said
arms and talent.
Yeah, they're all. I think for this show, I thought, I looked at who I wanted to bring on as a player, and I think I got the 3 best quarterbacks in the area: Ryan Staub, Richie Munoz, and you. So I wanted to bring you guys in, and I was just surprised to know that all you guys were trained by one guy, Danny Hernandez. So that's a good thing to know. So I appreciate you coming on the show. I wish you good luck, you and all your Panthers down at Newberry Park, and I'm rooting for you guys. I'm 4-0, right, Brady?
Yes, sir. 4-0.
All right, let's go
this week.
Let's go. Good luck, and I hope to be talking to you down the soon.
Yeah.
Thank
you for having me.
All right, Brady. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We will be right back with his dad, Joe Schmeigel. Western Tire of Burbank, they're built on strong reputation for serving the greater Burbank region in excellence since 1974. Our goal is to provide the only with best customer relations and service. When you need tires, wheels, or automotive repair in Burbank, make Western Tire your first stop. Okay, we're back. Let's finish up with the Canyon League. The standings for the Canyon League. Thousand Oaks went 10-0, 6-0 in league. They were put into Division 3. Camarillo 8-2, 5-1 in league. They were put in Division 4. Newberry Park 8-2, 4-2 in league. They were put in Division 4. Moore Park 6-4, 3-3 in the league. Oak Park 6-4. 2-4 in the league. I believe they were put in Division 7 or 8. Royal finished out the season with 4-6, 1-5 in the league, and Agora 1-9, 0-6 in the league. Joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline is head coach for Newberry Park, Mr. Joe Schmeigel. Welcome into the program, Coach. How you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're great. You guys took a downer last weekend, huh?
Yeah, that was a rough game.
Yeah.
We had a couple kids out, and Camarillo just played better than us.
Yeah. Last time I talked to you guys are on a bye week. You finish up with Oak Park. You finish up in Camarillo. You finished up 8-2, third in the Canyon League. Division 4, it's probably what you expected to be. What do you think of your draw? Who you draw? Mira Costa.
Well, Maricosta is a good football team.
Yes,
I mean, they're really well coached. They're very disciplined, but it's a huge advantage to be at home. And that's a good part about the draw. As far as the opponent, we're still getting to know the opponent, and what we've seen so far, they're really good.
Yeah. I your first round games for the teams in your league, Thousand Oaks versus Chaparral, and they're the only ones that didn't get the home game, which is surprising. They're first in your league. Camarillo playing Estelval Roosevelt. I think it's East Valley. I guess it's East Valley Roosevelt. I guess it's called. They got the home game just like you guys did, and I think Oak Park. I don't remember seeing who Oak Park played, but 4 teams in from your league. It tells you how good your league is.
Yeah, and the other team that should have been in is Moore Park, but Moore Park, I think, hurt them because of their weak preseason schedule.
Oh.
So, everybody's still trying to figure out this formula. I think every formula has some flaws. If you look at the last year's champions, a lot of those champions were, 6 and 4 teams, and everything after Division 1 or 2. So those guys are have an advantage when they play in a bigger league and they're 6 and 4, maybe lost some tough games and they get bumped down. So
yeah, but it is surprising they were 6 and 4 and they didn't make it in. So that's yeah.
Only thing I can think of is their preseason schedule. But Thousand Oaks had a great season, and they stayed healthy, and they were 10-0, and hats off to those guys. And the same thing happened to Simi Valley, where Simi Valley went 10-0 last year and had to go play Orange Lutheran.
Yes,
so,
yeah.
I mean, there's some flaws with the system for sure, and my voice sounds pretty good right now because I like that we're at home.
Yeah, it's best case scenario for you guys to start where you got, because you lost your last game. You thought, maybe we're going to have to go to a away game, and boy, to get a home game in the first round, that's going to help in the confidence of your young men.
And the crazy thing about this system is that if we would have beat Camarillo, we would have been in the bottom of Division 3 and been on the road. So we finished 9-1. We're at the bottom of 3, and we're on the road.
Yeah.
Or we lose a game, and I hate to lose anything. And next thing you know, we're the top half of 4, and we get a home game. So it's a wild system, and we can talk about it till we're blue in the face. But CIF, they're not going to change based upon somebody's complaining. So we got to accept it and move on.
So your offense keeps rolling through. You got 426 points, 42 points a game. Defense giving up 200 points, you get 20 a game. Injury report. You guys strong going into the playoffs now? Since you had to bye week.
We're all healthy. We're all healthy. We're doing good. We had a couple of kids sick last week that we lost. Some key players. Charlie Simmons was sick, and we didn't find out till 5:00. And we had a lot of plans for him. And he's our leader on offense and defense. He's our most valuable player on our team. So losing him hurt us. This program hasn't been in the playoffs in a while, and it seems like these seniors just felt like the monkey was off their back when they made it, and it was hard to get them going again. And I thought we had a little bit of a poor performance against Camarillo. And when you play good football teams and you have poor performances, you're not going to win. We kicked the ball around. We had 2 picks and a fumble and lost the turnover battle. We talked about that last time.
Yes.
So we got to fix that stuff up. We really do. Fix it up, and you got to make people pay when you get chances to make them pay. We didn't on key situations. We didn't get things done.
Well, 8-2 overall, 4-2 in the league. First season for you, going from a 3-6 to win an 8-2. You've done something good, Coach. I congratulate you again. So good luck this week in the playoffs. You got a tall task with Mira Costa, and I wish you guys luck. I've been telling other coaches, you were 8-2 in the regular season. You're 0-0 now. First 1 to 4 wins.
Coach, I really appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too, man. I thank you for coming on the show. Good luck to you Panthers out there. Go beat Mira Costa. We'll talk to you soon.
Go Panthers. We'll talk soon. I appreciate you, Coach.
Thanks, man. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Western Tire, where your customer service and satisfaction are our main goal. From alignments and flat tire repairs to custom wheels and brakes, we'll get you in, we'll get you out, and rolling at your best.
Hey, this is Coach Varner from West Ranch Wildcats. You're listening to Talking Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Wildcats.
Okay, guys, we're back. Joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline, the head coach from West Ranch High School, Mr. Chris Varner. Thank you for joining us today, Chris. I hope you're having a good day. How are you doing today?
No, my pleasure. No, doing well. Just coming off the bye now. I was actually, I got to admit, a little bored this week because I didn't know who we were going to play and who to prepare for. I really didn't have anything to do, but now I do again.
I was going to ask you that. How was it having a bye week the last week of the season? Because
it was honestly great. It forced us to unplug because it wasn't we had no film to watch. We had nothing to prepare. All we could do is clean up a few things we did, but you can't hit. You can't really, So I ran them a little bit more to keep them in shape, but gave them a couple days off and just told everyone. Come Sunday, it starts back up again.
Yeah, what can you do other than condition and do just basic drills,
Yeah, and I always try to take into account the mental health of the kids, and 10 straight weeks they went 10-0, and they deserved a little time to just kind of mentally get back.
Yeah, now that we're talking about it, how is the health of the guys going into the playoffs?
We're good now. We're good. We had a couple. We were able the last couple weeks to hold out a couple kids that we didn't have to play, but they were dressed and ready to go, and they should be back 100% tomorrow. And we're just moving forward. But the mental health of the kids is good. They were a little squirrely this week, and I can't blame them. There's just nothing I could do to motivate them more than.
Yeah, sure. They don't know who they're playing. They know they're playing somebody, but congratulations, dude. 10-0, 6-0 in the league, first time in school history, and it's your first league championship, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, after 11 seasons, it's my first one.
Oh, that's awesome. I had Ryan Staub on earlier, and he's had one fantastic season. You got a very senior laden team that's been showing up for you week in and week out. We're getting into the playoffs. Is that one of the things that might get you over the hump this year?
I think so. I mean, the difference with this team, they're not arrogant, but they expect to kind of win. It's just kind of the way it goes. Even when they didn't play well, and you can always find things to do better. And obviously the Hart game was very much a trap game for us, where we just did not play well. And Hart played fantastic, so I'm not taking anything away from them at all. They really played well. And but we had to win in the end. We had to make a play, and we did. And so I kind of sit there and go, these kids, they want to win. They want to make those plays, and I'm going to ride this as long as we can until we run into a team. Hopefully we don't, but until we run into a team that we just can't outplay.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at your standings. I went through with, after when Brian was on. You guys in Division 3. You got Saugus that was in Division 4. You got Valencia in Division 4. You got Hart. They had made it in at with 4-6 record. They got into Division 7, and Golden Valley's into Division 7. So you guys got your 5-year teams made the league or made the playoffs. So that says something for your league.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've always been a competitive league. At least the original Big Four with Canyon, Saugus, Hart, and Valencia. I mean, they pretty much always did. But it's nice now that with Golden Valley, West Ranch, that we're, being included in that mix.
Well, we got 0-0 now.
Right.
First one to 4 wins. You got St. Pius. Have you watched any?
They played St. Paul right before we did, so luckily I've got some idea of what they do. Obviously, I was breaking down St. Paul in that matchup, but I have all my notes and everything from it. So
yeah, it's a big game to start off. I'll tell you that in the round 1.
Right, no question. They spread the ball around, and I would imagine it would be a fun game to watch because both of us put points up.
I might come and watch that one, Coach. Since we were off, we didn't make the playoffs. I might want to come out and watch that. You guys got a home game too. That helps out a lot.
That does help.
Yeah.
So we could just again, I haven't really fully broken it down player by player and that sort of stuff. That's obviously a process, but. I like our matchup, and I'm sure they like it as well. I think we do a couple things that they're going to have problems with, and they do a couple things we're going to have problems with.
Other teams in your league, their first round matchup, you got Saugus getting a home game versus Milliken. out of Long Beach. You got Valencia.
Yeah, that's not a fun one. I don't
No,
envy
that's not,
that.
because they dropped. They probably
They forfeited.
Yeah, they were probably Division II or Division. They were probably Division II team, and they got all those forfeits, and they dropped them to where you guys are.
Right.
Valencia versus Newport Harbor. Valencia's got to go there. Golden Valley's got a home game against Summit, and Hart,
which I don't know anything about.
I don't either. And Hart got a home game against Claremont.
Yeah, Claremont. Wow,
Yeah.
I haven't said that name out loud in a long time.
Yeah. So you guys have certainly, the Foothill League has certainly showed up this year for the playoffs. So I wish you guys good luck. I'm rooting for you guys. You guys have had an excellent season. I think you guys are one of the great stories in high school football this year. Your run to win the Foothill, your first title. And Brian leading his team. I just think it's a great story. Congratulations thus far. I'm rooting for you guys to go 4-0 the rest of the way.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks very much. It's always been great to have your support.
Thank you very much for coming on the show, and we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Western Tire of Burbank, they're built on strong reputation for serving the greater Burbank region in excellence since 1974. Our goal is to provide the only with best customer relations and service. When you need tires, wheels, or automotive repair in Burbank, make Western Tire your first stop.
Hi, this is David Machuca, the head coach of Chaminade High School. You're listening to Talkin Ball with Buckeye Rob. Go Eagles.
Okay, we're back. Let's finish up wrap up the week 10. Let's head to the Mission League. This Friday night, Bishop Ammont 36, Alamany 7. Aiden Ramos had 12 carries for 147 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sierra Canyon 42, Sherman Oaks Notre Dame 21. Dane Dunn 19 carries for 193 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sierra Canyon has won 4 straight after starting 2-4. Sarah 32, Chaminade 23, which brings me to joining us now on the Western Tire Hotline, head coach for Chaminade, Mr. David Machuga. How you doing, Coach? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. I'm sure you're beating the door down to that huddle watching film today. Wanted to get a hold of you. How was the season going for you? Your first season as the head coach. And you guys roll the table 8-0, and you guys hit a couple bumps here in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we have, and it's just I think it's part of it. It's part of continuing to develop throughout the season. And Sierra Canyon and Sarah, those are tough opponents. So it's not I wouldn't say we're losing to teams that aren't good opponents. I think we've just, a lack of execution here or there, that has, unfortunately caused us to be on the wrong end of it. A lot of unforced errors that we haven't been accustomed to the first 8 games. So, with the playoffs, starting, this coming Friday, we got to shore those things up and, get ready to go.
Yeah. Obviously you guys every week you got to battle. There is no, weak team on that schedule. And like you mentioned before, Sierra Canyon, that was a tough game for you guys. And, that ended up being the league title. And then Sarah's, they're no slouch either. You got what, 4 teams in Division II in the playoffs. So did you like your draw? Did you like your, I look at your schedule and you guys rolled and you guys were flirting with Division I all year long. These 2 losses, I don't know. To me, I don't know if a good loss is a good loss, but you guys got a good. The Division II is stacked with teams, and then I'm just wondering how you feel about your bracket and how you feel about your draw.
Well, I think any one of the 16 teams, any given night can win, and I think that's going to be the funnest part about it. Is everybody's going to have to go to work, all the coaches, and I know they will, throughout this bracket and, get ready for, one another. And, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I think that's, what makes it fun every Friday night is the challenge. For us as coaches, we got here today at 10 a.m. and I'm still sitting in the office right now as I'm talking to you, getting the practice plan ready and whatnot. But as far as our draw, I think we got a favorable draw, but I also think we put ourselves in position to be the number 2 seed.
Yes.
It's the body of work. It's not just what's happened the last 2 weeks.
Yes. I look at what you guys through the season offensively. You got 371 points, 37.1 per game. Defensively, you've given up 207 points. That's 20.7 per game. You guys are certainly doing it offensively and defensively. How are you guys injury-wise going into the playoffs? You guys strong? You guys got anybody injured that you've had?
No, there's there's no significant injuries. I think at this time of the year, I think everybody's banged up. So I think we do a good job throughout the season taking care of our bodies and trying to keep the guys as healthy as possible. I mean, if anything, we've had the flu bug hit us a little bit. We've had coaches down, we've had players down. And hopefully this week, everybody will be back on track and ready to go.
Yeah. So I mean, like I mentioned, you guys were 8-2, 3-2. You came in third, kind of like third in the league. Sarah 6-4, 3-2. And Sierra Canyon 6-4, 4-1. When you guys lost to that Sierra Canyon, they're probably playing their best ball when they hit you guys. Would you say not?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say they definitely are playing really good football right now. Coach Ellinghouse does a phenomenal job over there, and wouldn't expect anything else. You know what I mean? Then his team's continuing to get better.
Yeah, you guys got. Everybody in the league made the playoffs. Your first round, you got a home game with San Clemente. What do you think of what San Clemente got?
Well, I think they, we're breaking down the film and whatnot, but just kind of, I was just finishing up having a conversation with the coaches. I think, they play a tough schedule. They play Corona Del Mar, they play Edison, they played Mission Viejo, and they played those teams tough. Mm-hmm. So I don't think, they're going to be, intimidated by us or a Mission League team.
Yeah.
And we were going to play them in 2019 in the semifinals of Division II. Unfortunate circumstance, we ended up not playing them. But watching them on film, their kids play hard. They got a good running back. Defensively, you're going to have to execute. You can't roll out the ball against these guys. Coach Ortiz does a good job over there.
Yeah, I've had your defensive coordinator, Coach Lemus, on the show quite a few times. Is he pulling anything up defensively? I know what he does defensively. I'm sure he's going to pull something out of his pocket.
Yeah, I didn't. We were talking offense right now. I had the offensive guys here, and the defensive guys were upstairs. We usually talk. It's usually kind of on Saturday, but that's why I'm here on Sunday at 5:00. But I know we'll talk later tonight and kind of figure out, what's the plan of attack. As far as that goes. I mean, football, I think, is a pretty simple game. You got to run the ball when everybody knows you're going to run it, and you need to stop the ball when everybody knows you're going to run it. So that's the first and foremost. You got to be able to stop the run, and you got to be able to run the ball. So
you got to do the little things: stop the run, and you got to be able to tackle, and you got to be able to block.
Yep, blocking and tackling.
Yeah. How is it having Coach Lemus on your staff? I'm going to pull you because I'm a Burbank guy, and I know you are a Burbank guy, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Graduated in 2002. Yep.
Oh, okay. Coach Lemus, his defensive coordinator. Do you like how aggressive he could be, or do you kind of pull his strings back?
No, I think we've probably been a little bit more, conservative, a little bit, from the schematic standpoint. I know since Coach and whatnot, I know we've, he's primarily been a 3-3 stack guy. We've kind of gone to more of a base traditional look. From a too high perspective, and rolling the coverage and whatnot. But I think the guys have, played well. I think one of the things, with the teams that we play, you got to play sound football. You can't, give them an extra gap or get out leverage because they'll exploit it. And we got some guys that can run in our league. Yeah. So I think we've done a really good job of negating big plays over the season.
I've been, because I know Coach, and I've been watching your team from afar, and you guys have done an outstanding job all year long. And You guys are great on offense, but the reason I think you guys are winning games is because of your defense. You got some real dudes on your defense.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, our defense. I mean, when you have a safety that has a USC offer, you have a middle linebacker that has a USC offer, and committed to Oregon State, and then you have a defensive tackle who has 2 Pac-12 offers. The middle of the defense is fairly stout. I mean, if you can take care of all 3 levels, it's a lot more fun.
I was going to ask you, what makes your safety so good?
Man, everybody always asks me that question. I think his instincts.
Yeah.
He's so instinctive. The way he manipulates where he's going and makes offensive think, hey, I'm going to the right, and he's really not going to the right. He's probably either coming right at you or he's going left. You know what I mean? And but he does. I remember him. When he came in as a freshman, doing 7-on-7 against them. I was like, how does he always end up in the right spot? It was just, he just ends up in the right spot,
I saw film and I just think he's one of those guys that has a nose for the ball, and he's like you said, his instinct is he knows where to be on the field at the right time. But I think what's so good about him is he's able to come downhill and lower the boom.
Oh, I don't think I've ever, and his brother was a really good open field tackler. And he played here for us. But he just does a phenomenal job, getting into the alley. And I mean, most high school plays when, guys get outside, those are big runs, but he comes down hard in the alley, and those runs end up being 5 yards where you would think those runs would be 15, 20-yard runs. He just does a really, really good job.
Yeah. So, other teams in your league in the first round, Sierra Canyon's got Warren, Sarah's got Norco, Bishop Amat's got Marietta Valley, and Notre Dame's got Great Oak, and Alamany got in, and they're playing Temecula Valley. So you guys, your league, what makes the Mission? I mean, the Mission League is so good. I mean, week in and week out. I've been talking to Coach Lemus all year, and it's like you guys have no break at all. And now you're going into a Division II that's got all those guys in it, plus all the other guys that are top of the league in LA County. I wish you luck. Good luck to you guys
I
this
appreciate
weekend. I know San Clemente is a great program, and they're going to bring everything they got against you. I am rooting for you guys, obviously.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We need as many fans as possible.
Yeah, I know. But good luck, and I'm rooting for you guys. 4-0, man. I want a title for Coach Lemus. I want a title for Chaminade. So
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
And you're a Burbank guy too, so I want a title for you. Good luck.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Congratulations on your first season, dude. Excellent job.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, man. I hope to talk to you soon down the road. Thank you very much.
All right, definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
And we will be right back after these words. Hey guys, this is Buckeye Rob for Western Tire of Burbank. Start the season off right with a new set of tires. Visit us this fall for all your tire needs. Okay guys, that's it for this week. Week 10 is in the books. It's playoff season. The playoff brackets are in. I wish good luck to everyone, all the players out there, all the teams out there. Have a good playoff season. I want to thank all of my guests today. Coach David Machuga from Chaminade, Coach Joe Schmeigel from Newberry Park, Coach Chris Varner from West Ranch, Coach Chris Williams from Monrovia, Coach Richard Broussard from Village Christian, and Coach Joe Shermer from Charter Oak. I also want to thank quarterbacks Brady Smigel, Ryan Staub, and Richie Munoz for coming on the show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Talkin Ball WBR and the Mark LA. You can also drop us an email at talkinballwbr@gmail.com. Please share the show with all your friends. I certainly appreciate your support. A big thank you to our sponsor, Western Tire of Burbank. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show, and we will see you all next time.